Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we are going to do the small signal analysis of differential amplifier. So here we are going to, our objective is to understand the common mode and differential mode operation and to compute your common mode gain and differential mode gain. So what is a common mode operation? The same signal feeding at both the terminals, it is called as a common mode operation. Okay, so here you could see that the same signal is being fed to both the transistors. So therefore it is a common mode operation. So when both the transistors are fed with the same signal, then both of them try to increase the current, because you can see that the signals are in phase with each other. So as the signal keeps increasing, okay, so if for a cycle your emitter current will be increasing, this also will be increasing the current. So both the transistors current will be, emitter current will be increasing, so which flows through your RE. So if we assume that the transistors 1 and 2 both are perfectly matched, then they raise by the same amount. So the current through your resistor RE will be twice, because both of them entering into the RE. So therefore it will be twice your emitter current. So now next I have replaced your transistor with its small signal model, that is your R pi and beta IB. Okay. So at the emitter resistance you can find it is twice the current that flows. Okay. So if at all we want to find out the input impedance, you can see here input impedance is VI by IB. Okay. So VI by IB will get. So VI by IB, if you take it up, it is going to be R pi, because current through this RI is IB. So it is RI plus 2 times beta plus 1 times IB into RE. So you can see here the input impedance is approximately 2 beta RE, which is a very very large. Beta you take it as 100 and RE if you take it as 1 kilo ohm, then already this is 100 kilo ohm. 2 times it is 200 kilo ohms. Okay, so it has got high input impedance under your common mode operation, and we were interested in computing the voltage gain, common mode voltage gain. So V0, what is V0? So this is minus I beta, because this is beta IB. So RC drop is your V0. So this is minus beta IB into RC. So that is your V0. And what about your VI? It is the drop in your RI plus the drop in your emitter resistance. So it is IB times RI plus 2 IB times beta plus 1 times RE. So which I have given here. Then we'll take out the ratio, your common mode voltage gain, which is V0 by VI. V0 by VI is equal to minus beta IB into RC divided by IB into RI plus 2 beta plus 1 times RE. Okay. So now we can cancel out your IB, and beta plus 1, I can write that as beta if beta is very very larger than 1. Okay, so that it become easy, you get it the term as 2 beta RE. Okay. Next, if RI is going to be very very small, we know that RI is very very small compared to 2 beta RE. So therefore this part can be neglected. So I can cancel the beta. So the remaining term is minus RC by 2 RE. Okay. So your common mode gain, you can see that it is inversely proportional to RE. So that means you want RE. How you want the common mode gain to be? The common mode gain has to be very very small. We expect that is one of the good characteristic of a differential amplifier. So we want common mode gain to be very very small. When this has to be very very small, then it implies that RE has to be very very large. Okay, RE has to be very very large. So but RE will be affecting the bias. Okay, so we can simply replace your emitter resistor by a constant current source, because what is the purpose of RE? So with the help of minus VEE, it produces a current IE to make the transistor to be biased in the active region. Am I right? So instead of that, we'll replace your IE, your RE with a constant current source IE. Okay. So whenever we have a current source, we know that the current source comes with a shunt resistance, which is going to be a very, very larger value. So therefore, your ACM could be made minimum. Okay. Next, differential mode. Okay, we'll come to the differential input, how your circuit behaves and what is your voltage gain. Okay, in case of your differential mode, we mentioned that it is opposite signals. Okay, opposite phase signals we feed to both the transistors. So you can see here V1 is equal to VD by 2 and V2 is equal to minus VD by 2. So if this is a positive cycle, this is going to be a negative cycle. If this is a negative cycle, this is going to be a positive cycle. That is what we mean. Okay, so by having a phase shift of 180 degree. So now these two signals are driving your differential pair. So when this has been increasing, base current has been increasing, here your collector current will be increasing by this amount. Okay, since it is VD by 2 and the trans conductance or the gain of your transistor is GM, so it is GM VD by 2, this will be increasing, and but for this, since it is minus VD by 2, so the current is dropping, so it is minus GM VD by 2. So from your bias current, it will be dropping by minus GM VD by 2. From the bias current, it will be increased by GM VD by 2. So that will be the amplification part. It doesn't mean that the bias point is being changed. It is not the bias point. Over the bias point, your AC signal amplification. So amplification part is only GM VD by 2. Okay, so that is what we mean. So now we'll try to compute the voltage gain, that is your differential mode voltage gain. Okay, so V0 is equal to, we take the difference because from the collector if we tap the output, so then it is the difference between the two collector terminal voltages. It is VC2 minus VC1. Okay, so what is your collector voltage? It is your supply voltage minus your collector change current into RC. Okay, so one will be, what happens? It is, we take it is the difference. So it is V plus minus IC2 into RC minus of V plus minus IC1 into RC. So which is IC1 minus IC2 into RC. Okay, so this, when we take this negative sign inside, V plus will get cancelled. You get it as IC1 minus IC2 into RC. But what is IC1? Over the bias current, it changes by GM VD by 2. And your IC2 over the bias current, it changes by GM VD by 2. Okay, so the difference of that. So which is nothing but GM VD into RC. So your ADM, if you could look it out, your ADM is now depending on your RC value. Okay, so your V0 is equal to GM RC VD by 2, or V0 by VD, if you take it is GM RC by 2. Okay, this is for a single ended output. If it is a double ended output, it is GM RC. So the differential mode gain is directly proportional to RC. So we want the differential mode gain to be very, very high. So therefore RC has to be kept very, very high. So next very, very important term regarding the differential amplifier is CMRR. What is CMRR? It is the ability of your differential amplifier to reject their common mode signals. Okay, how much common mode signals it could reject. Okay, so it is what we call it as a CMRR, that is common mode rejection ratio. We want the CMRR to be very, very high. Okay, because we know that we want differential gain to be very, very high and your common mode gain to be very, very small. Okay, so CMRR we expect that to be very, very high. So ratio of it is ADM by ACM. So ADM is equal to GMRC by 2 and ACM is equal to minus RC by 2 RE. So the taking out the common terms, you get it as minus GMRE. So for CMRR to be very, very high, your RE should be very, very high. But keeping your RE high again will in turn affect your bias. So therefore RE could be replaced with a active current source. Why we need a high CMRR, or where there are few applications where the CMRR to be very, very high of the order 90 decibels and all. So 90 decibels is a very large quantity. Okay, so these are two textbooks which I referred. Thank you.